welcome to our Friday edition of News Geelong. With another public holiday next week, Australia Day 2011, the ongoing message regarding the absolute need for safety on our roads is paramount. From the action-packed world of Geelong sport, we journey down to the Sands Golf Club at Torquay for the Pro-Am, leading into the weekend's big and exciting Surf Coast Knockout. While from the weather world, sparkling Lani Salathiel joins us later in the program to update us on what, hopefully, sunny weather lies ahead. Close-knit communities are an essential part of our social infrastructure and form an important bond when certain members of those communities need help. Debbie Meaney reports.
The true Aussie spirit is shining not just in Brisbane but here in Jan Juc. The Jan Juc Cricket Club has pulled together for one of their mates, Craig Lucas, who was recently diagnosed with leukaemia.
Craig Lucas has been a member of the Jan Juc Cricket Club for over a decade now. Unfortunately, he got leukaemia diagnosed about 2 months ago. The club brought it upon themselves to raise some money to help out. Obviously, he's a father of 3 children and finances are difficult at this time, so the club, in their good wisdom, banded together and did a fundraiser last Sunday, a 2020 game, and raised in excess of around $6,000. And also to mention a number of other clubs. His previous club, he grew up at a cricket club called Highton, and they've put in a little bit of money, I believe, and so has Torquay Junior Football Club. So thanks very much to those clubs as well.
And I believe rival teams are also helping out as well. Yeah,
that's great to see. We saw a number of plays here last week, including Bowen Heads, Barrable players. So as much as there's a lot of rivalry in the competition, everyone's keen to put their hand in, and when you're off the field, you're off the field, and in all respects, cricket's quite minimal to someone's health and family life. Yeah.
So all the mates pulling together, and even the Anglesey lot have given up their home game today?
Yeah, that's great to see. Anglesey and Jan Juc are rivalries due to the distance, and like I said before, as much as their rivalries off the field, we're very good companions, and great to them to give up their home game and have a few people pop around today and raise some more money for Craig.
And how can people help out that perhaps can't come down today?
I believe they can ring up the club and they can offer some donation there. Or our website. We've got a website, Jan Juc, www.janjucsharks.org.au. So have a look at that one, and there's mechanisms there to help out with finances.
Well, it's a great Aussie spirit we're seeing today, and well done for organising it.
Yeah, well, thanks very much for everyone and coming down and supporting it. Last week was huge. I think we had over 150 people here. Today's more of just a follow-up, and anything we raise today is of great benefit to him and his family, and to make life a lot easier for him.
Well, every dollar in helps them, as you said.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Unfortunately, you can't work when you've got these things, and with 3 children, it's going to be helpful, and we're trying to do everything we can for him.
In Jan Juc, this is Debbie Meaney for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. The City of Greater Geelong will add another blue ribbon to the Warn Ponds Leisurelinks site in coming months. Meryl Friend reports.
We're here at Warn Ponds, and a brand new library is ready to be constructed starting in a few months' time. It's $5.3 million. It's a 2-storey building with a community hub, state-of-the-art technology, and it's going to be a fabulous facility for the Armstrong Creek and Warn Ponds area.
It's a $5.3 million project, and the city's commitment to libraries is, I don't think, can be denied by anyone. We've committed $20 million to a new regional library in the city, but out here at Warn Ponds there's been a need, so $5.3 million attached to the leisure centre. It's just a great concept. You can come along, bring your children here to the leisure centre and wander into the library with them or without them, and read a book. How good's that?
So this is also part of the new Armstrong Creek development as well, and it's a 2-storey state-of-the-art building that's going to provide plenty for the community.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I'm sure that, we'll have the artist's impressions of this library, and bear in mind they are only artist's impressions, it's not a detailed design, but Armstrong Creek, one of the major growing parts of the city. We've got the Surf Coast right on its doorstep. This leisure facility is a regional facility, and the library will just add to it. It's a great facility for Geelong.
What sort of time frame are we looking at?
I think we're going to start probably early next year, and maybe 12 to 18 months. Who knows? Look, if it keeps raining like this, it might take forever. But it'll be built as quick as it possibly can be built because the money's there and it's ready to go.
Here at Warn Ponds, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. Small business is a core element of our economy. As Ian Nichols spoke with Federal Government and Geelong Chamber of Commerce executive representatives regarding its impact in Geelong.
Today, News Geelong is at the headquarters of the Geelong Chamber of Commerce for a special conference. The Shadow Parliamentary Secretary for Small Business, Senator Scott Ryan, is in Geelong to meet business people and listen to some of the concerns they might have at this time about the future of small business in regional Victoria. And small business, of course, they say in some quarters doing it hard, but what's the overall view of small business today?
Well, I don't know if there is an overall view because small business is so diverse. You have the retail sector, manufacturing, you've got hospitality, just to name a few. What is universal is there are some of the challenges facing small business. So in particular, as the Coalition, we understand that access to finance has been an issue, particularly since the government's response to the global financial crisis. That had an impact on access to finance for small business, and there are many other issues, including industrial relations. But it's hard to say there's a small business model. It's a very diverse community.
Well, we hope that you'll be able to get a hands-on impression of what's happening here in Geelong. Some of the situations here are, well, one of the situations here is unique in that we have a beautiful waterfront, and that's probably helped to put business towards our waterfront and at the detriment of our CBD.
Well, I wasn't aware of that. That's a point I'll ask about today. But I do remember Geelong before the waterfront redevelopment of the last decade, actually the decade before last hour. And just like Melbourne, Geelong has sort of turned towards the water in the last 2 or 3 decades, particularly since the 1990s. It's a magnificent area.
We're very pleased to welcome Senator Scott Ryan to Geelong today. It's great to have the interest from the Senator in Geelong and to, I guess, allow him to see what small business is thinking and what some of the key issues are around small business in Geelong. Geelong has obviously gone through its ups and downs, and a lot of businesses are still spinning from the effects of the global financial crisis. So it's great to have the Senator down to just hear from traders and small business operators directly what some of those issues and concerns are.
But more importantly, Bernadette, we hear the phrase quite often, small business is doing it hard. Is that sort of a catch cry that's perhaps overrated?
Look, in different sectors, certainly small business is still doing it tough. And I think in regional areas like Geelong, I think it's fair to say that business generally is probably doing it tough. Particularly, obviously, retail is universally doing it tough. But a lot of small businesses we're hearing are still, working through some of those issues and very budget conscious and still working on, increasing their revenue streams and growing their businesses. So, look, it is pretty tough out there for small business. There's no doubt about that. But there certainly is some light at the end of the tunnel, and I think Geelong is seeing some positive changes at the moment, which will help small business, particularly if we can attract, larger businesses to Geelong that, can be a catalyst for some of that change and growth.
At the Geelong Chamber of Commerce for News Geelong, this is Ian Nichols.
Thank you, Ian. This is News Geelong Friday edition as we go to a break and return with more news after this.